Good morning, students. In this particular class, we will try to understand dihybrid cross. Before that, I would want to go through the monohybrid cross. Now, monohybrid cross, a cross is done between a tall plant and dwarf plant. Okay, a cross is between just any one of the trait or characteristic is done. Apart from this tallness or dwarfness of the plant, you can also take any other characteristic. Might be the shape of the pod, the color of the pod. So other characteristics can also be taken. Here I have taken the height of the plant as a characteristic and a cross is done. Now I am selfing this plant for several generations so that I get the pure line. When I say pure line, it means it is homozygous. It is homozygous. So each time when I try to grow this particular plant, I will get the tall plant only. I will not get the short plant. When I try to grow this, again I will get the short plant. I will not get the tall plant. So if you keep on selfing for several generations, you see that we get the pure line or the homozygous condition is achieved. Now this gives rise to the gametes. Now when the gametes fuse, it gives rise to the tall plant. So short plants are not seen in the first generation, tall plants are seen. Now again, when selfing is done over here, we see that the possible combinations can be obtained by using Punnet's checkerboard. Okay, this helps us to predict the possible combinations. So over here we see what do we do is we make a checkerboard right on top. We will leave this block right on top over here. We write T and beside it the small t, again T and the small t. Okay, then the possible combinations are T into T, T, T into small t, T and T, small t and big T, capital T and small t, and the small t into small t gives both are small t. And I've told you how to find out genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio. Now T and T gives rise to tall plant. Big T and small t, again it gives rise to tall plants because the capital T is masking the small t. So that's why it will give rise to tall plant. This also gives rise to tall plant and this gives rise to short plant. So we see the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Phenotypic ratio. Now genotypic ratio, what we see is we have to count the similarities between the two alleles. Capital T and capital T, how many times it is repeating? Just once. So 1:2. Capital T and small t, how many times it is repeating? 2 times. And small t, it is repeating 1 time. Dihybrid cross. Here Mendel also performed dihybrid cross. A dihybrid cross is between two sets of plant involving two pairs of contrasting characteristics. Here yellow and round seed is taken as a characteristic. Now this is dominant. Okay, so we use capital letter for yellow and R, capital R for round seed. Whereas recessive, okay, we use small y and small r. It is green and wrinkled seed. Now this is a parental generation. We have selfed and obtained a pure line. That's why it is all in the homozygous state. Okay, and these are the gametes. These are the possible gametes, and these gametes fuse to give rise to yellow and round seeds. Now, what are the possible genetic combination? So capital Y and capital R is one combination, capital Y and small r another combination, small y and capital R another combination, then small y and small r one combination. Now here we see selfing is done. When the selfing is done, okay, so what are the possible combinations that are obtained? So over here we see y into y r. So yr into yr, we get yyRr. Then again y capital R and small r, then capital Y, then small y, then capital R and capital R. So likewise you have to fill in all the checkerboards. Then you have to find out the genotypic and phenotypic ratio. This will be a homework. You will find out what would be the genotypic and phenotypic ratio for a dihybrid cross. Next, moving on to this last topic, that is sex determination. You have studied this regarding this in your 8th standard. We know when an egg containing X chromosome fuses with a sperm carrying X chromosome, the zygote contains XX chromosome and it will be a female. Whereas an egg containing X chromosome fuses with a sperm containing Y chromosome, the zygote would be XY. Over here, the genes are controlling or determining the sex. Okay, in certain animals like reptiles, it is the temperature at which fertilized eggs are kept determines whether the animal developing in the eggs will be male or female. If the temperature is very high, then it will be female. If the temperature is low, it will be male. It is seen in reptiles. So temperature determines the sex of the organism.